Okay, so I'm in JobSafe Pro. I've just set up a new account and I've come in here to set things up. There's a lot of things like setup tasks I can do, but let's look at machinery today. No vehicle set up. All right, so let's add our first vehicle. Let's add a Toyota Hilux because everyone's got one. 2020. Reg 001, that's not a real number. Capacity, I got no idea. That's the site I'm in. VIN 001, we don't have to add all this stuff, but we can if we want. So we service this every 5,000 kilometers, and the next one's, or the first one's due in 5,000 kilometers. Now we can also do a service month and a last service. But let's base it on mile kilometers initially. Now we'll save that. Let's go back to our dashboard. Hopefully that setup task is gone. See what it says. All right, machinery. Oh, okay. So we need to add a safe operating procedure. I guess we've got people using the vehicle. We need to make sure they know how to use it. Let's click on here. Now you probably don't have a safe operating procedure for your vehicle, so we can get AI to generate one. Now that goes off to OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. It says we've got a Toyota Hilux 2020, and it's going to generate a safe operating procedure for us. That all looks pretty good. Now I can edit things if I want. I can get rid of that. I can add stuff. I can do whatever I want. So once I've reviewed that, I say review complete, and then I've got to accept responsibility for it because an AI tool can't take responsibility for that. Okay, so we've now got a safe operating procedure for this Toyota Hilux. So there it is, all done. Now let's close that. Now let's go back to the dashboard and see what tasks there are now. So in the setup section, machinery, there's no tasks. Now what I want to do is I want to make it so every one of my employees who's driving that vehicle is aware of the safe operating procedure. So I'm going to go into induction training and safe operating procedures. There's the safe operating procedure I just created for that vehicle. Now I need to assign it to all staff. So click on that. And now all staff should, when they go into safe operating procedures, they should now see this as a task that they need to do. And until they do that, when they go into their dashboard, they will see under user tasks, my tasks, they will see that as an outstanding task. So if they click on that, click on this, they need to read this and sign it. So let's sign that. So that's all done. We'll close that. If I refresh this page, I should see that task gone from my list of tasks. So there's no longer Toyota Hilux. Okay, so that's safe operating procedures. Now let's back to machinery. Let's go into this vehicle again, and say we're going to drive it today. So we've driven it a few times, but say we do a trip where we've gone over the finish Ks is higher than the service. Let's add that. Right, now if I go back to the dashboard, it should tell me it's due for a service. So under admin tasks, scheduled task, Toyota Hilux is due for a 5,000 kilometer service. Okay, so and there's so much more that you can do in machinery. We can set up for each vehicle. We click on here. We can add a photo of it. We can add parts. We can do checks, and again, this is done with AI. The pre-start check, we can generate a pre-start check, and that goes off to AI, and it generates a pre-start check for a Toyota Hilux 2020 model. That probably takes, here we go. Check the oil pressure, check the battery. So let's save that. I'm happy with that. Now I can go and delete some of these steps if I want. If I don't think the horn's important, I can get rid of that. And then calendar. So every day I operate that vehicle, I can go in and I can do it. Whoever's using it does a check. So that is vehicles, machinery, and that's not just for vehicles, it's for any machinery you have. Thank you for watching.